These 5 Roblox developers have conquered Roblox, making games that have generated millions of Robux. Today we'll be looking into the stories of the top 5 biggest Roblox developers and see how they got to the top. Minitoon is a Canadian developer who turned his little coding hobby into 2021's biggest Roblox game, Piggy. He started making simple games, improving his coding ability, but none of them reached any success, with some of his early games being Iron Assault and SCP Containment Breach made in 2020. But one day, he decided to make a pathfinding test. The only thing he wanted to get from this was to improve his character movement coding, but this test became something much greater. With the help from his friends Ikaz and Optic, he created this pathfinding test and named it, yes, Piggy. And this game, just made to test Minitoon's coding ability, started getting more and more popular until his pathfinding test was creating millions of Robux. People loved this survival horror experience, loosely inspired by the very scary kids show Peppa Pig. And during COVID, Piggy was all the rave. But Minitoon was dumped with work, and he had to update the game as much as possible, with the demand of new chapters increasing with the player base. But even through all the work, and only having a small team of him and his friends, he didn't give up. And with the help of basically every big content creator at the time recording Piggy during 2021 to 2022, it was able to generate around 13 billion visits. And in the 2022 Bloxy Awards, it was even awarded Game of the Year. He had made it. His pathfinding test had become a massive hit. He truly deserves his spot at the top 5. Badimo is a duo of developers, Alex Balafaz and James Badak, and without them knowing, they would become co-creators of one of Roblox's biggest games. They both started making Roblox games as a fun hobby on the side and teamed up around 2014. They quickly became good friends and made some pretty great Roblox games, but they didn't stop there. In 2017, they decided to publish an open world prison game, which was super popular in the early days of Roblox. But now, they were going to be the ones to bring it back. The game was to modernize the prison game genre, with additions like functional robberies, drivable vehicles, and frequent updates. They knew they had made something big. In a blog interview, they even stated, "We had a blast making Jailbreak, and recognized early it could be huge." And the suspicions were true, because within 3 months of release, the game broke Roblox records, topping 100,000 active players, even surpassing the very well-named games like Natural Disaster Survival. It earned countless awards and even became a part of Roblox marketing, with the game being included in the 2020 Roblox trailer, and it was even on the Roblox iOS app icon. It was hard, but they kept working, making monthly updates and being a big face of a Roblox community. But they still continued being good friends and releasing more games together. They really had made it. These 2 young Roblox developers had made millions of Robux with their game and deserved the top 4 spot. Rumble Studios, formerly known as Runaway Rumble, is the first big dev team on our list. They were founded by Isaac Jones in Canada during 2017. After changing the name to the now iconic Rumble Studios in 2018, they started publishing games. The first big ones being Bubblegum Simulator and Mining Simulator, both in 2018. These games instantly blew up, with Mining Simulator acquiring over 700 million visits and Bubblegum Simulator over 500 million. It was clear that this dev team knew what they were doing, and they started shooting out viral Roblox simulators like Pet Catchers in 2018, Rumble Quest in 2019, Mining Simulator 2 in 2022, and Bubblegum Tower Defense in 2021. but putting out all these games while also having to update previous games wasn't easy. Rumble Studios only had around 4 developers and it was very stressful. The original founder, Isaac, even stepped down in 2021, leading to slow updates and no new games. People thought Rumble Studios was finished until in 2024 they announced the arrival of what is now one of the biggest games on Roblox, Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. The game did what they did best, a simple 2018 style simulator, which is what the modern generation of Roblox players were yearning for. The game quickly became known on the front page of Roblox, making Rumble Studios really deserve that top 3 spot. RCM Games is a popular Roblox development group led by Rico Miller. It was made in 2022 and in just 3 years they acquired over 2 million members. The team specialized in survival horror experiences and they started pumping out many of these types of games, game after game after game. Some succeeded and others failed miserably. Some of the ones that did succeed include the Night Shift Experience, the Graveyard Experience and Crab Lab, all in 2023. And while these games got millions of visits, RCM Games wanted more. They had learned a lot from the dozen of games they had put out and now wanted to make their best one yet. The name? Dead Rails. The game was planned to be a Western adventure explorer where players travel by train to Mexico. RCM Games wanted this to be one of a kind and emphasize what very few games do: teamwork. So on January the 1st, 2025, they posted what would be the 3rd biggest Roblox game today, Dead Rails. Within weeks of its early 2025 launch, it quickly skyrocketed to the top of Roblox. People were inviting their friends to play, trying to get to the end, attempt after attempt. It really was such a fun game, and despite all the failure, RCM Games didn't give up, and I think that's why they deserve the top 2 spot. Now known as the biggest Roblox development group ever, Big Games was created in the early days of Roblox around 2011 to 2015. They were originally branded as Spark Studios, but when they changed the name to Big Games is when the viral games would start to show. They published Pet Simulator in 2018, Pet Simulator 2 in 2019, then My Restaurant in 2020. But it doesn't end there, they kept going. Pet Simulator X in 2021, then Big Paintball 2 in 2023, before posting what is now one of the biggest games on Roblox, Pet Simulator 99. The development team was very skilled and all the games I just mentioned got millions, if not billions of visits. But with success comes greed. Preston, the founder of Big Games, wanted more. Not more respect, more money. He started to over-monetize his more recent games such as Pet Simulator 99, starting debates that Preston is Roblox's greediest developer. So are they the top 1 biggest developers out there? Yes. Are they the most respected? No. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you want to see more content from me, click off one of these videos here, and thank you so much for watching.